Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very light one. I just want to share a couple of opinions, nothing too controversial, nothing crazy or over the top. So I think I'm going to title this video popular opinions instead of unpopular opinions, because sometimes when I do my unpopular opinions, people really come for me, and I want to leave all that in the past. Like, I'm tired. So before I get into it, please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure that you also subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time that I publish a new video. So my first popular opinion is that natural hair needs to be normalized more often. Maybe this is not exactly popular, maybe this is more unpopular, but I don't know if you guys have noticed how Nigerians put a pedestal on hair that is not our natural hair texture. I'm speaking for Nigerians. I don't know about other African countries. I know that yes, that there are people who are natural hair enthusiasts and they carry natural hair and everything, and I'm not trying to knock off people who relax their hair. That's what you want to do. I have nothing against it, but I want people to start thinking of natural hair as something that is actually appropriate for events and things like that. If not natural hair, maybe braids. It's something that I'm learning more often as I'm getting older, so I carry my hair out to a lot of places nowadays, and I feel like because we did not really grow up knowing how to care for our hair, it's something that we just learned to tuck away, and we don't want to deal with it. So maybe a lot of people have gotten too accustomed to that. It's so many layers to this particular conversation, and maybe I will talk about it on a broader scale in another video, but I think that people should normalize having natural hair or carrying it to events and just putting it on the same pedestal that you put other hairs that are not our hair texture. My next popular opinion is that braids are not supposed to be a luxury in Nigeria. I'm so sick of people doing all these foolish videos. Come get ready with me to braid my hair for 250 million naira. Stop it. Like, why? And I know that businesses vary and whatever, but you can't convince me that braids are slowly becoming a luxury in Nigeria. It's annoying. I feel like not everything needs to be a luxury. Some things are just what they are. Nigeria is in Africa, so we have a lot of people who know how to braid. It shouldn't be a luxury if it's something you can just find anywhere. And I just hate how people have made it to be something so huge. Like, don't do that. I'm sorry to say this. I know people will say, oh, if they have the money, they can spend it. Stop making braids a luxury. And then also, I want Americans or other people who don't live in Africa to stop saying, oh, I went to an African country to braid my hair for $20. And then you will see foolish people in the comments. Oh my god, I'm already being so messy. It's a new year. And then you see foolish people in the comments saying, oh my god, you're cheating them, pay them more. I'm like, you people are so ignorant. I don't know if this thing infuriates anybody else as much as it infuriates me. But I just feel like it's not, first of all, the currency units are not the same thing. So you can't even say, oh, you're cheating them, pay them more money. Those people who are coming here to pay exorbitant amounts of money for braids are actually ruining the convenience of braids for people who live in Nigeria. I don't know if that makes any sense. You're coming here to pay like maybe $100. Coming to Nigeria means pay like $100 to get your braids done. It's ridiculous, and it's really annoying. I don't know, but that's just my personal opinion. Okay, stop making braids a luxury. They're not supposed to be that. Thank you. My next popular opinion is that Nigerians need to hate Nigerian politicians much more than we already do. Because I feel like we don't hate them enough. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I really feel like a lot of people still have their mouths on the asses or the buttholes of Nigerian politicians, and it's really, really disgusting, because if you keep up with Nigerian politics, you see how it's sometimes it's so draining that when I see it on Twitter, I just scroll past, because I'm like, I don't have the emotional strength to deal with this anymore. And then not even start talking about how dollar is skyrocketing and our economy is like in the toilet. We don't dislike them as much as we should, in my opinion. Every day in your life, take out like 20 hours out of the day to express your disdain for Nigerian politicians, because they truly deserve it. I know that there was one that recently died. I think he's the governor of, is he Ondo State or Oyo State, one of the states in the West, Sha. And he died recently because there weren't good enough facilities in his state, or even I think in Lagos, to take care of his medical needs. That was such a, as in, it was so telling. You see the consequences of these people's evil doings in real time, and then people were saying, "Oh, don't speak ill of the dead." Just shut up. Just keep quiet, because these people don't care about you. So why do you keep defending them? That's why I don't get with Nigerians. You're defending Nigerian politicians so much, and they don't even care about you. That's really, really wild. But that's story for another day. I try not to dwell too much on politics because it's really draining, but we need to dislike them much more than we do. That's what I think. My next popular opinion is that traveling abroad can actually get a bit lonely. And I know people try to knock people who say this, and they're like, "Oh, if it's so lonely, then come back to Nigeria." No, that's not the point. Don't veer off of the conversation. The point is that it gets lonely. Full stop. That's it. When you move to a place that you did not grow up in, it's kind of hard to start a new life as an adult. So it gets really lonely. And don't even get me wrong, I also don't like when I see people coming on camera to cry and all those things. Yeah, maybe that's how they want to express themselves or whatever. I don't know. But personally, I feel like it's tacky. I don't stop. But that aside, I do feel like there is a wave of loneliness that comes with it if you have not yet found your people, or if you're new and everything. It kind of gets lonely and depressing. And I want people to stop making fun of people who say it. I'm not saying this in a way, because I know people like to misinterpret a lot of things I say. So I have to give several caveats in all my videos, and it's so tiring sometimes. I'm not saying this as a means to discourage people from coming. I would never do that. I would never discourage anybody from traveling, like leaving Nigeria. That's not something I would ever do. But it's just a reality. It's just something people talk about. It doesn't necessarily mean, oh, stay in Nigeria, don't come here, oh, it's lonely. I don't subscribe to that idea. My next popular opinion is that it's actually okay to seek help in life. One of the videos that I put out before this one, I think it was my 2023 recap, I talked about how I'm not ashamed, or I'm not afraid to ask for help when I need help. And that's something that has really helped me in my life. And I'm happy about it, because a lot of people say that they don't know how to ask for help. And maybe that could be because of their personalities, or maybe they just don't want to be told no. But me, I'm not afraid to ask. Oh, if I need money now for something, like something urgent, something that I actually need to sort out. I'm not talking about frivolities, money for important things. I will ask, and I want people to know that it's okay to ask for help. You may not get your answer from maybe the first two people or something, but it's okay to ask. It's different. Asking for help is different from begging. Okay. I just want to make that distinction. Asking for help is different from begging. Begging is like when you're just a chronic leech, That one is different. But asking for help when you actually need help to maybe be elevated to a next level in your life, or you need money to maybe pay off your car or something, or pay some very important bills, I think it's very okay to ask for help, and people should normalize it more. So personally, I try to help when I can, in areas that I can help my friends or even strangers. I really do. So I don't get shy to ask for help. I think it's something that people should normalize and think about doing more often. So this next opinion is kind of controversial in a little way. I feel like religion kind of gives false hope in Nigeria. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that people should not express their religion, or people should not practice their religion or their faith. But I feel like it's kind of like a medium for false hope. I hate to do this because I'm actually a Christian, but if you take away the element of religion in Nigeria, just briefly, just as in, if you look at a society and you see what a society is supposed to be like in terms of how the government leads and provides for the citizens and everything, they don't do a lot of what they're supposed to do in Nigeria. And religion kind of gives people like a thread to hang on by, like, oh, okay, things are going to be good, just trust in God. And yes, I believe trusting in God and everything, but trusting in God for basic things that human beings already know that they are supposed to do, I don't think personally, I don't think that should be the norm. It's like voting for Tinubu, right? And then praying to God for Nigeria to be better. It doesn't check out. Does that make sense? So I feel like it kind of gives people false hope. And I really hate to say this. Trust me, it doesn't sound very sweet talking about it, but it's the truth. It's really it's really the truth. We depend on God for the things that are so minuscule, things that can easily be fixed by the government. I'm not even talking about maybe getting a job or something like that. No, I'm talking about things like maybe fixing the road or electricity. It's so annoying. Has anybody else just thought about this? You know me, I won't shy away from talking about difficult situations like this. I think religion kind of gives people false hope. And I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't be a Christian, because me, I'm a Christian. I still believe in God and everything. I look up to God for a lot of things. I appreciate God for my life and where I am and all that. But at the same time, I want people to be more honest about how religion has been weaponized against a lot of people in Nigeria. My next opinion is that if you know that you don't have the means, or you don't have enough means. By means, I mean maybe privilege or money or whatever. Do not have too many children. I know that sounds it sounds like eugenics in a way. You also need to look at the arguments from the other perspective. You don't want to bring children into the world when you don't have too much. It's different when maybe you have enough, and then you have a lot of children and you're able to provide, and then maybe you hit a rough patch, something like that. That's completely different. But I feel like if you're starting out in your life, you don't need too many children, because nowadays that bills are becoming really expensive and everything is so high. It's everywhere. Trust me, the inflation is everywhere, even here in America. So now that things are becoming so difficult, I feel like people need to plan their lives better, right? If you have 2 children or 3 children, that's okay, as long as you should provide for them. Maybe I should rephrase this. Maybe I should say give birth to the number of children that you know that you can comfortably take care of. And I'm not trying to say that poor people should not have, or people who are less privileged should not have children. Of course they should, because there is like a natural human urge to want to procreate, and that's totally fine. But I also think it's very important for you to evaluate your situation and know whether or not it's the right time for you to bring children into the world. And I'm not saying don't have kids, so please don't get me wrong. I don't want people to misconstrue what I'm saying, but I'm just saying that it takes a lot of planning, it's a lot of work, and you don't want to bring life into the world and just make that life to suffer. I mean, I'm open to debate on this particular topic, because it's maybe other angles that I'm not thinking about, but from my own perspective, I just feel like don't bring life into the world if you're going to make them, if they are not going to have a good life, something like that. Whew. That one is actually this one's actually very dicey. But I'm not going to dwell on it. Like I said, I'm open to debate. So my next opinion is that I was going to say allow people to be awkward at the gym. I was actually going to say this in this video because I put it in my script. But I went to the gym this morning, yeah, and I had a very strong urge to correct a lot of people's forms. Like, it was really bothering me. I was seeing them. I was going to say allow people to be awkward at the gym, right? Like, some people maybe have awkward forms. If form is like the position, how you position your body if you're going to lift weights, things like that. So your form is very important so that you don't injure yourself. Allow people to be awkward at the gym, yes, but let's also allow for corrections. Just subtle. I'm not saying it, nothing too over the top. If somebody comes to correct your form or something at the gym, don't necessarily take offense to it. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't know how gym people see it, but if somebody comes to correct my form, I will actually be grateful, provided they don't do it in a very weird and disgusting or creepy way. So I had that urge to just go and straighten some people's backs today, because I was like, what are you doing? You're going to actually get yourself injured. You will slip a disc in your back. Anyway, that's that. So let people do what they want to do. Yes, yeah, it's okay. But let's also normalize corrections so that people don't walk out with bad backs and bad waists and all that. My next opinion is that surgery for weight loss is not necessarily a bad thing. And I know that this one is another dicey topic. I'm so messy, oh my god. I know that there are people who get gastric sleeves, or maybe they get a tummy tuck and things like that. I don't think it's necessarily bad if you have the money for it, But I think that it shouldn't just end there, right? If you're going to do surgery for weight loss and all those things, you also need to check your diet. You also need to exercise more so that your body is much more firm. I don't think people should knock people for choosing an easy way out to something that is difficult, because I feel like life is hard enough. So if you find an easy way out that actually has good results, that actually works, you should actually take it. But my thing is, just don't depend on that completely. Like, okay, let's say if you get a tummy tuck now, if you get a gastric sleeve, it's different because they are literally reducing the size of your stomach, so you can't actually eat as much as you used to eat, so that way you're losing weight all through your body. But if you get something like a tummy tuck, I think in that case you also need to follow up with working out and dieting and all that, so yeah, you actually maintain your results. So it's a bit of a controversial one, and of course I'm open to talking about it more, but I think that people shouldn't shame other people for using surgery as a means to lose weight. My final opinion is that 2023 was like the biggest year of fooling. I think I tweeted this thing one time. I'll check for that tweet and put it on the screen. 2023 was such a, like, I don't even know if I start talking about the things that I saw, especially on social media, especially regarding Nigerian elections and politics and all that. I was just seeing a ton of nonsense, and I was like, this cannot be the people that I share a country with. I think what really pissed me off last year was that whole election thing. The fact that people were actually coming online to defend a well-known drug lord to be Nigeria's president, that alone was like the biggest fooling of all time. And then you would see some of them maybe complaining that, okay, they have health issues, they need donations. And I'm like, you're suffering already and you're still supporting somebody that will increase your suffering. Is that not foolishness? Like, is that not a sign of foolishness? Does that make sense? I'm getting so riled up, but it was truly a year, because it's like, can't you see, like, can't you connect the dots for yourself? Surely to reason cannot be this difficult. But I'm not the best person in the world, so maybe I shouldn't judge too much. But I just feel like some things are common sense, and you it really makes me weak. Anyway, that's all I have to say in this video. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me other popular or unpopular opinions that you think you have. Leave it in the comment section, or tell me what you think about some of the things I've already said in this video. If you haven't already, please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure that you also subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time I publish a new video. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.